Okay, hello guys. Good morning. Today we are going to discuss a topic called as quadratic equation, and in this session we are going to solve or we are going to look at two types of problems. One type of problem is which can be solved using a normal factorization. Other type of problem is which cannot be solved using factorization. If the problem cannot be solved using factorization, then what we have to do, guys? What is the other method? Hit and trial. Hit and trial might not be correct always, right? It is not like not time efficient. So whenever we are talking about placement point of view, hit and trial will not work in terms of quadratic equation. Sometimes it may work. So I'm just talking about solving the quadratic equation, guys, not problems related to quadratic equation. Yes, if not factorization, then what is the next step? What is the different other method? Quadratic formula. Yes, good. We are going to use the formula, right? X is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, right? Okay guys, we'll start solving problem now. So we are going to discuss about quadratic equation today. And I am going to split this problem in two parts, or solving of quadratic equation in two parts. One is factorization, and other one is using formula. There are few other methods also, guys. The other methods are like by completing the squares and all those things. Okay, but here I'm not going to use the actual formula because using formula will take long time, right? But we are going to use some basic shortcut or one shortcut which will help us to get the answer exactly same as that of the formula. The thing is like we are going to reduce as many steps as possible while talking about getting the answers from the formula. Okay. So we'll look at a normal factorization first. After that, we'll go with the questions which cannot be factorized. Yeah, guys, I'll just go with the question here. So before getting into the question, I'll just make a note of a standard equation of quadratic equation that is nothing but ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the standardized equation which talks about a quadratic equation. Equation will be called as quadratic, guys, when we have a highest power of 2 in that particular equation. Here highest power is 2, then it is called as quadratic equation. If the highest power is 1, then it is a linear equation. Clear? So if I'm talking about using formula here, the formula will be x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, and it's a very lengthy formula, right? So if you are going to substitute, it may take a long time. So we are going to simplify some of the steps from this formula, as well as we are going to simplify some steps from the normal factorization. Okay, so we'll look at the first thing, that is with the help of factorization. I'll take out first example here. I'll start with very easy question here. That is nothing but x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Yes, guys, how to tackle these factorization questions? Okay, so as we already know, Yes, guys. Like once the class is done, I'll try to uploading the videos over there. So no problem with that. Okay. As we already know, what we are going to do is we are going to split this middle term into two parts. That's what we are going to do, right? So we'll split the middle term into two parts by taking the last term, and we are going to take the product and the sum of the last terms, right? Okay, so first what we are going to do is we are going to take this 6 here and we are going to split this 6 in two terms such that the product of the two numbers should be equal to 6 and the sum of the two numbers should be equal to the central term. Let's clearly understand. I hope everyone know this simple technique here. So if I'm talking about this by factorization, I can say the number is 2 and 3. Because 2 3 times gives 6 and I can say 2 plus 3 is 5, right? So what we are going to do here, we are going to take x square plus 2x plus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. We are going to split the middle term here. So after that what we are going to take, we are going to take x common over here, x plus 2 plus 3 into x plus 2 we are going to take, which is equal to 0. Now from this I can tell x plus 2 is common here and I can take out x plus 3 over the other side, which is equal to 0. Now I can say x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x plus 3 is equal to 0. From this I can say x is equal to minus 2 or x is equal to minus 3. So this is a general step what we are going to follow, right? So if you are going to solve in the same way in the examination, at that time it will take long time for us, guys. It will be time consuming technique. So what we are going to do is, once after taking this tree here 2 comma 3, clear, what we are going to do is x value will be the negative of this one, minus 2 comma minus 3. That's all, guys. No need to follow all those steps. Getting it? No need to follow any of these steps. Just take the negative of the tree values. Okay, I used to consider this as tree here. A tree is being split into branches, so I used to consider that as tree. Whatever the value you're going to get, just take the negative. So this will be considered only when the coefficient of x square is 1, guys. This technique can be applied only when the coefficient of x square is 1. So we'll solve two more problems, and after that we'll see what happens when the coefficient of x square is other than 1. So I'll give two more problems, guys. X square, just make a note of it. X square minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Question number 2. Yes, guys, try to solve it. Here we have product of minus 3 and we are going to find out two numbers over here. So what are the two numbers, guys? Product of two numbers should be minus 3 and sum should be minus 2. Yes, guys, it is minus 3 and 1. Minus 3 and 1. Minus 3 1 times gives minus 3 and minus 3 plus 1 gives minus 2. Now look here, guys. Now you might have got the confusion in this part also. Like here we have 6 and why we have not taken 6 and 1, so that like product will be 1 itself and 6 minus 1 gives 5 in this case also, right? In this case, with the help of 6 I can take 6 and 1 also. 6 minus 1 gives 5, but the product will not be clear, right? Product will not be equal to minus 6. So guys, when you can take this, the number into 1, just clearly understand this. When can you take this number into 1? Okay, so you need to understand that clearly. So when the difference is equal to 1, guys. When the difference between B and C is equal to 1, at that time we can take it. So here, while looking at this question, only in this case, looking at this first question, only in this case where the difference is also 1 and the product is also not 6 into 1. Clear, guys? So just look into this question here. So here I can take minus 3 and 1. What is the value of x, guys? Yes, good. Value of x will be 3 and minus 1. X will be equal to 3 and minus 1. You can solve it directly, right? You are getting the idea here? Okay, now I'll take one more problem here. Question number 3. X square minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. Here what we have to do? The product should be minus 10 and we need to have two numbers. We need to find the two numbers of the tree. Yes, which are those numbers? Yes, by factorizing I can get 5 and 2. Here the summation should be minus, then whenever the summation is minus over here, then you have to take the bigger number as minus. Got it? When the summation is plus here, at that time you have to take bigger number as plus. That's the only simple concept you need to understand, guys. When the second term is minus, you have to take bigger term as minus. When the second term is plus, you can take bigger term as plus over here. Only when we have addition or subtraction. Here, look here. Here also we had minus 2. That's why bigger term was minus 3 here. Now if I'm talking about value of x, I can say value of x is 5 comma minus 2. Clear, guys? Now I'll go with one more example here. Three x square plus 11x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now here you need to understand, guys, when the quotient or when the coefficient of x square is not equal to 1, that is what I have told, right? When the coefficient of x square is equal to 1, no problem, we'll just take out the tree values and we'll take the negation of the tree values. That will be the answer. Now what happens when the quotient of x square or coefficient of x square is not equal to 1? So we'll follow the same step here. So the tree value, the tree product should be the product of a and c. So it is nothing but minus 4 into 3, that is nothing but minus 12, and we have to find out the product values. Look here, the difference is 1 here. There is only one difference, then the value should be 12 and 1. Since this is positive, this should be negative. Getting it, guys? Try to understand, don't get confused. Here, since the coefficient of x square is not equal to 1, it is other than 1, then we have to multiply and we have to get the tree value here. Next, in order to get the branch value, first look here, this second value, this b, has a difference of just 1, has a difference of 1 from this value, so I can directly take the numbers are 12 and 1. Whenever there is a difference of the tree value and b is 1, we can directly take the options as 12 and 1, except when it is 6 and 5. Getting it? Because 2 plus 3 gives 5 and 2 into 3 gives 6, which will indirectly match over the other side. Okay, so here I can directly tell 12 and minus 1. As I have already told, when the second value, when the coefficient of x is positive, the bigger term should be positive. So this is done with the branch value. Next, we have to find out the value of x. What is the next step, guys? Value of x will be negative value of the branch value, right? So I can write it as minus 12 and plus 1. Now we need to add one more point here. When the coefficient is other than 1, just divide that coefficient. So I can write x as minus 4 by 3 or minus 4 and x as 1 by 3. Okay, if you want, we'll just check it out over here. So we have got 3, we have got 11, and we have got minus 4. Check it out, guys. The answer is minus 4 and 0.33. That is nothing but 1 by 3. Is it clear? When the coefficient of x square is other than 1, you need to understand this process. Take down the tree values. Tree value is nothing but the product of the first and the last value. And after getting the branch value, you have to divide. First take the negation of the branch value, then divide the branch value with the coefficient of x square. Is it clear? Okay, we'll solve two more problems on this, guys, where the coefficient is not equal to x square. Then we'll go to the next one. So take down the question here. 6x square plus 5x minus 6. Yes, guys, what is the first step? Write down the tree value. First, we have to write down the tree value. Tree value is 6 into 6, which gives 36. Minus 36 is the number. Then what we have to do, guys? We have to split the number here. What are the two factors? Which gives the sum as 5. So if I'm talking about factors of 36, I can tell 18 2 times, 12 3 times, 9 4 times. Yes, 9 and 4 gives a difference of 4. 9 and 4 gives a difference of 5. Guys, we cannot take 6 and minus 1 because we are not going to check it for minus 6. We are going to check it for the tree value. So here I can write it as 9 and 4. As I've already told, when the b value is positive, I have to take the bigger value as positive, and this should be negative. Clear, guys? Bigger value should be positive and the other value or the smaller value should be negative. So once after taking that, I can say x value, x is nothing but first step is negation of the branch value. So I can take minus 9 and 4 and divided by this coefficient, divided by 6, divided by 6. I can tell x is equal to minus 3 by 2 or 2 by 3. So we'll just check it out. 6, 5 and minus 6. So we have got it as minus 1.5 and 0.66. 0.66 is nothing but 2 by 3 and minus 1.5 is nothing but 3 by 2. You're getting the idea, guys? Yeah, I'll give one more question. Please solve it. 2x square plus 7x plus 3. Is equal to 0. So first step is multiplying this. This is 6. Now look here, guys. We have got the tree value as 6 and value of b is 1 difference. When there is 1 difference, what we have to do, guys? We'll just take 6 and 1. Whenever there is a 1 difference, we'll just take 6 and 1. So please take that value. So after getting this, what we are going to do is, since it is positive, this is also positive. 6 plus 1 gives 7. So I can tell x is equal to minus 6 and minus 1. And whatever the coefficient of x square is there, we have to divide. So minus 6 by 2 and this one. So I can tell answer is minus 3 and minus 1 by 2. So we'll just check the value here. It's 2, 7 and 3. Yes, the answer is minus 3 and minus 0.5. Clear, guys? Any doubts? This guys, just take this as homework, just for your practice, guys. So I'll take it as x square minus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. Next 6x square minus 5x minus 6 is equal to 0. Please comment your answer in the comment section. Okay, so we are done with like the questions which can be factorized. Now I'm going to let you know the question which cannot be factorized or usage of formula. So we all know that the formula is x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. But if you're going to use that, that will take a long time to answer it. So that will be again time consuming one. So I just want you guys to try it on your own, how much time it will take to answer it. Then I'll let you know what is the next method so that we can compare the method here. Okay. So if I'm talking about x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So I'll give you the first question. X square plus, question is x square plus 10x minus 7 is equal to 0. And if I'm going to use the formula, that is nothing but x is equal to minus 10 plus or minus root of b square, that is 10 square minus 4 into 1 into minus 7 divided by 2 into 1, which gives minus 10 plus or minus root of 100 plus 28 divided by 2, so which gives x is equal to minus 10 plus or minus root of 128 divided by 2. Yes, that can be simplified. Yes, guys, 3 root 2 or something, that after like a substitution we can do it. But the point is like how to get this problem, how to get this directly. The point is about that. Okay, only after substitution if you're going to get it, then that is a lengthy process, right? Now we need to think how to tackle that in a clip. Yes guys, any idea about it? Just single step you're going to get the answer. Any idea? Okay, then I'll let you know here. So guys, whenever you're going to get any equation where you get to know like it cannot be factorized directly, then we are going to use this, guys. Clearly understand the value of x. First thing, value of x will be half of this one. What is half of this? Half of the central term. Is it 5? Is it 5? Right, negation of it. Minus 5. First part is done. Done, guys. Minus 5. I'm talking about the direct step here. Next, you have to write plus or minus. Next, what comes under the root, guys? So since you have written minus 5, what is 5 square, guys? What is 5 square? Yes, it is 25. 25, and if this is minus, add plus 7 to it. If it is negative, you have to add positive. If it is positive, you have to take it as negative. So 25 plus 7, that is nothing but 32. If you want, you can check with this. This is the correct answer over there. Minus 5 plus or minus root of 32. Guys, if you're going to take this or if you're going to simplify this, you'll get the answer here. Minus 10 by 2 is minus 5 plus or minus root of 128 divided by 2, right? So only after simplifying all those things you are going to get that answer. Divided by 2, which is nothing but minus 5 plus or minus root of 128. Under root it will be divided by 4. Then I can tell the answer is root of 32. Look here, after calculating this lengthy process, you are going to get this answer. Here I am going to get the answer in a click. Minus 5 plus or minus root of 32. Yes, I'll explain it once again. So x square plus 10x minus 7 is equal to 0. Here, first thing, take half of this one. So can I tell it is b by 2? So take it out here. And you have to write the negative of it. That is minus 5. This is the first step. Next, what you have to do is square root of this square, whatever the b by 2 you have taken, take that square, that is 25. And whatever the number is given over here, if it is minus, you have to write it as plus, and if it is plus, you have to write it as minus. Since they have given minus, I have to take it as plus. So this says minus 5 plus or minus root of 32. Is it clear, Rohit Bhargav? So we'll just check it out over here. So this is 1, this is 10, and this is minus 7. Yes guys, 4 root 2. Look here, here we have got it. A root pair is nothing but minus 5 plus or minus 4 root 2. If you are going to split this 4 root 2, that is nothing but 16 2 times, that is nothing but root of 32, right? That's the correct answer, we have got it. So if you are going to write it as root 32 or 4 root 2, that is the last simplification. That's just a simplification thing. But instead of using the formula, how to get it in a single step, which will save a lot of time, guys. Clear? First, what you have to do is you have to take half of the central term and take the negation of it. That is what we have got here. That is from 10 we have got 5. That is half of it, and we are going to take negation of it. That is minus 5. Next, plus or minus square root of the square of the actual number, whatever we have got. That is 5 square is 25. And if we have the last term as minus, we are going to add it over here. That is 25 plus 7 gives root of 32. So the answer is minus 5 plus or minus root of 32. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Okay. Will you try one more problem then? X square minus 8x minus 24. So guys, this cannot be factorized. It means you have to go with the formula, or you have to go with any other technique. So whatever the technique we have used here, we can go with that itself. So guys, I'll just make a note of it. X is equal to, so since it is minus, I have to take, first thing is that I have to take half of it. That is nothing but minus 4. Minus 4 is half of the 8, right? So if I'm going to take minus 4, I have to write it as positive over here, because the value is negation of it. So whatever I'm going to write it, that is nothing but minus b by 2. So done with the first case. Then I'll go with the next one. Plus or minus a root of, what is this? This is 4 square. Since it is minus, I'm going to add it here, 24. So I can write x is equal to 4 plus or minus 4 square is 16. 16 plus 24. 16 plus 24 gives 40. So I can tell the answer is x is equal to 4 plus or minus root of 40. So just I'll recall it once again for this problem. They have given question is x square minus 8x minus 24 is equal to 0. So we need to find out the value of x. So first what we are going to do is we are going to take the half of the central term. Half of central term is minus 8 divided by 2, that is minus 4. So we are going to take negation of it. That is nothing but 4. Next we are going to write plus or minus, and we are going to solve the value which is under the root. Under the root of whatever we have got. If it is 4, we are going to write it as 4 square. 4 square is done. Plus, if the value, the c value is negative, we are going to take it as positive. The value is minus 24, so I am going to add it as plus 24. So 16 plus 24 gives 40. So answer will be 4 plus or minus root of 40. Is it clear? So guys, understand this. Here I am solving the problem by taking the coefficient of x square as 1. There will be a slight difference when the coefficient of x square is other than 1. Okay. Now here in the previous two problems, look here, I have taken this b as positive. Not positive. I have taken b as the positive even number. Look here, positive even number, and it will affect because I am going to take b by 2 here. Clear? So I'll just take one more example which talks about odd number. Okay. So I'll take x square plus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. Yes guys, it can be solved in two different techniques here. One is by taking the fractions or by taking the decimal point. So I prefer not taking the decimal point here. Okay. So if I am talking about taking decimal point, we can apply the same thing. X is nothing but first is this divided by 2. 5 by 2 is 2.5. Since it is positive, I have to write it as negative, minus 2.5. Now for our lucky thing is, we know how to calculate a square of any number which ends with 5, right? I have already told you in the previous session how to square any number ending with 5. If this is 2.5, consider it as 25. 25 square is, yes guys, what is it? 625. So I can write it as square of the number is 6.25. Clear guys? Now since this number is negative, I am going to add it over here, that is positive here. So I can write x is equal to minus 2.5 plus or minus root of 9.25. Clear guys? We'll just check it out once again. So it is 1, here it is 5, and here it is minus 3. Look here guys, look at the root pairs here. Look here. Here the answer is talking about minus 5 by 2, that is minus 2.5, plus or minus, I have missed minus here. So plus or minus root of 37 divided by 2. That division is outside the square root guys. When it comes inside, that will be divided by 4. So 37 divided by 4, we'll get it as 9.25. That's the correct answer here. Those who are familiar with this, they can go with this, or else I'll let you know how to go with a real number. Let's just make a note of it. Here whenever we have got odd number as b, either you can go with this will hardly give you 0.5 square guys, and we know the square of all the number which ends with 5, so we don't have any problem with it. Yes Pritish, this method can be applied for all the quadratic equation. It might be a factorization, it might be using formula. Any quadratic equation can be solved using this. There's no restriction for this. Yes Rohit, we'll discuss that. What if a is not equal to 1? That is what I am going to discuss now. Now look here, when it is an odd number, you can do it in different ways. One is by taking the decimal point over here, by dividing it by 2, you will get decimal point. Take the square of the decimal point, you will get the number in 2 decimal points, and you can add or subtract based on the given condition there. Okay. Next, when it is odd, what is the next step we can do is, we'll just convert this in terms of even. How to convert it in terms of even guys? Multiplying the equation by 2. Yes, I can take it as 2x square plus 10x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now it is the same question, odd number itself, but it has got converted to even, no problem. But the point is here the coefficient of x square has been changed from 1. It has been moved from 1 to some other number. Is it clear, guys? Okay. Any doubts? Now, while talking about solving this, I'll let you know how to solve the question or how to solve the equation when the coefficient of x square is not equal to 1. I'll just solve one problem on that, then I'll come back, guys. So just take one example here. So I'll take one example. Based on that, then I'll come back to this question. So I'll take 2x square plus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. Two x square plus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. So guys, what is the first step here? Either you can convert it into odd number or even number directly. First, I'll let you know how to tackle this with respect to this one, okay? When the coefficient is not equal to 1. So I can tell x is equal to half of this one, guys. First one. Is it 1.5? So I can write minus 1.5. Clear? Plus or minus root of. What is minus 1.5 whole square? 1.5 whole square or 15 square talks about 2.25 to 225. So it is 2.25. So we have got it as, yes Sandeep, it is 225. 2.25 we have got. Since it is plus 4, so what I have to do there? If it is plus 4, what I have to do? Yes guys, what I have to do when it is plus 4? Yes, good. We have to write it as minus 8. So when the coefficient is other than 1, you should not just write 4. You have to write the product of this. 4 2 times is 8. So I have to subtract 8 from this. So once we are done with all that thing, I'll just divide it by the coefficient of x square. I'll just divide it by the coefficient of x square. Is it clear, guys? So I can tell the value of x is equal to minus 1.5 divided by 2 plus or minus root of 2.25 minus 8. What is it, guys? 5.75? Yes, minus 5.75 divided by 2. So if I'm going to check it out over here, so it is 2, 3 and 4. Look here, guys, minus 0.75. The first part talks about minus 0.75 here. Next, plus or minus, since this number is negative, which talks about I, and 5.75 divided by 2. When the value goes inside the square root, what happens to it? What happens to the value when it goes inside the square root? It gets doubled or it gets squared there. So minus 5.75 divided by 4, that is approximately 1 point something. So square root of 1 point is nothing but that is 1.19, whichever they have given there. Look over here, they're talking about the root pairs. 0.75 plus or minus root of 23 by 4. Is it clear, guys? Now I'll go back to the previous question. Now guys, try to solve this. So if 2x square plus 10x minus 6 is given, I can tell x is equal to first half of this, that is nothing but 5. If it is plus, make it as negative. Next thing, write plus or minus square root of this square is 25 and 6 2 times is 12. Right? So since it is minus, I have to add 12 to it. And at last, I have to write it divided by 2. So I can write it is equal to minus 5 by 2 plus or minus root of 37 divided by 2. This was the same answer we have got in the previous section, right? Minus 5 by 2 plus or minus root of 37 by 2. Here the number was 1, 5 and minus 3. Look here guys, we have got the same answer. Minus 5 by 2 plus or minus root of 37 divided by 2. You're getting it clear guys? What to do when it is odd and what to do when the coefficient of x square is other than 1. Is it clear? Will you solve one more problem? Two x square minus 8x minus 24 is equal to 0. Yes guys, how to tackle this? I can write x is equal to half of minus 8, that is nothing but minus 4. Since it is minus, I have to take it a positive 4, right? Plus or minus root of 4 square is 16 and 24 2 times is 48. Since it is negative, I have to add it over here. So what is 16 plus 48? Yes, is it 64? Yes. Now look here. This talks about 4 plus or minus 8, right? 4 plus 8 talks about, and we have 2 over here. Sorry, I missed that. We have 2 over here, so we have to divide by 2 also. So 4 plus or minus 8 divided by 2. 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 by 2 is 6. And 4 minus 8 is minus 4 divided by 2 is minus 2. Anyone got this answer? 6 and minus 2? Yes, we'll just take it out over here. Yes guys, look here, we have got the answer as 6 and minus 2. Now someone has asked in the previous section, what if whether can we apply the question to the the equation which can be factorized or not, right? Yes, this is a question which can be factorized and we have already solved this one. So if you understand this technique, this can be applied for any type of quadratic equation guys. It can be like used which the equation which can be used for factorization, the equation which can be used for the equation which gives us like complex number, the equation which gives us real number. Everything can be solved using this technique. Clear? So I'll practice one more problem on this. Yes, please make a note of it. 10x square minus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now you can either solve it directly or you can just convert this odd number into even number. So how to convert it? I can write it as 20x square minus 6x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now what is the answer here? I can write x is equal to, take half of this, that is nothing but minus 3. Since it is minus 3, we have to take it as positive 3. I can take it as 3 plus or minus square root of 3 square is 9. Next 220 times 40. So since it is minus 40, I have to write plus 40 and it is divided by the coefficient that is nothing but 20. So I can write it as 3 plus or minus root of 49, that is nothing but 7. I can write it directly, divided by 20. I can see the answer is 3 plus 7, 10 by 20. Or I can say 3 minus 7, that is minus 4 divided by 20. So if I'm going to check it over here, 10 minus 3 and minus 1. Look here guys, 10 by 20 is nothing but 0.5 and 4 by 20 is nothing but 0.2. We have got the exact answer. Okay, guys, I'll give two more questions over here. Just take it as a homework. Yes, guys, try to solve it and let me know what's the answer. Yes, please submit the answer in the comment section. And if for more doubts, please ping me. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel.